today with Half Dozen Customs here again. Got my welding tank filled. So I'm going to continue welding this. The last video that I did with welding this, I was having issues with my welder not working right. I was turning the wire speed up, I was turning it down, I was turning the power up, I was turning it down, and I just could not get it to weld right. I did check the whip up against my ear to see if I heard gas coming out, and I did. So I didn't think nothing of it. When I went down here to buzz my first full weld in, I realized that there was no gas. So when I was putting this together, I must have been at the bottom of the tank, and that must have been what was screwing with my machine. But I got it filled up. I'm going to start welding this thing in solid. Might take a little bit of adjusting because I was messing with my welder last time. But here we go. I'm going to start welding this guy up solid. All that smoke and black soot that's flying around is because I didn't clean the paint back far enough. I did clean it off around where I'm welding, but I didn't clean the back side of this framing. And a lot of this that I did clean off, I cleaned off when it was put together. So there's areas I'm burning the paint off. I'm burning right through it. It's just a stand. If this was something like a car that I was working on or whatnot, I would make sure that the paint was cleaned off on both sides, and out far enough that I'm not burning the paint that's on the edges of the weld, which I'm clearly doing. So, but it's just a stand. I'm welding it together. It'll be strong and good enough. Me welding this thing up fully like I am, probably overkill. Not my prettiest weld by any means, but that's what grinders are for. It'll definitely be strong enough for what I'm using it for. This all grinded up. These welds are the ones that you see the memes about. You know, you're getting a grinder for Christmas. I keep putting out welds like that. I'm gonna have to buy stock and grinders. Actually, they weren't that bad. The tops, I grinded those down totally flat because I'm putting the cabinet on here. I had a couple that were pretty ugly, but the rest of them, I mean, they weren't horrible. I've seen worse. I've done worse. I'm not complaining for a homemade stand. I'm not trying to win any awards with this thing. I'm gonna bring the cabinet over here. I have a couple pieces of steel. I'm going to set the tool up there. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to drill the holes in it. And then I'm going to pull the drawer out of the cabinet. And I got a couple pieces of steel bracing that I'm going to weld on the inside of the cabinet. So my tool bolts down to the steel bracing. You know, top of that cabinet is just sheet metal. As soon as I put the tool up there, you can see it, you know, kind of sink in. So put a couple bracing in there. I grind it up all the way around the top of it. I'm not going to weld the cabinet solid to this, but put a couple of stitches on the corners in the middle all the way around, and it'll be good enough, and then it'll be off the paint. Okay, so I got those braces put in there, and that was just add some strength across there to mount that down. You know, just mounting it to that sheet metal, I think it would have been a vibrating disaster. So I got those in there. They added some strength to it. I'm going to clean up around the sides of this, and we'll get it welded down. And I'm probably only going to do like a half-inch weld, a half-inch weld, a half-inch weld, a half-inch weld, maybe 2 half-inch welds on the front, and on the back, we'll be good to go. Time to use blood. Tried that other drawer. This one was a little bent up inside, but this one works so much better. I could care less about it this time. Alright, so that's it. Everything's all welded up. Not the prettiest welds again, but I hit them with the grinder. Tomorrow I'm going to sand it up, scuff it up, get it painted. I'm just going to do a flat black on it. And then I'll do some kind of pinstriping on it or something to make it look a little cooler. Take your eye away from those ugly welds. So that's it. I'm done for the night. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out. Half-dozencustoms here. I'm going to continue on with this little cabinet that I made. I'm going to get it sanded down and get it cleaned up, ready for paint. So, thanks for joining us. sanded up, scuffed up. I got tape off the button up front. Little emblem tag up there I'm going to tape up. And then I'll get her painted. Come back and we'll get her all pinstriped up after she's painted. So, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm out.